Now then, sorry I've not done an update in a while. It's been kind of it's not been awfully great news, however now there is progress being made, so I thought it was about time I let you all know what's going on. Yeah, basically the knee joint is starting to feel pretty good. I'm still stuck, struggling at about 120 degrees bend, but that could still be due to muscle deficiency. Trying to build the muscle back up though, ran into problems with I think it's the ligament, the medial collateral that runs down the outside, which if you remember, I had problems with right from the beginning, and I think that's one of the reasons why it took so long for the post-op pain to go down, because it wasn't just post-op pain, there was another problem obviously in there. So my physio stopped doing physio, and requested I saw my surgeon straight away, or if I couldn't see him quick enough, my GP. So rather than go through the rigmarole when we're being so far away from my knee surgeon, I decided to look for somewhere local, because also got to take into account I still need the other knee doing, and also if this is a problem, which it is with the ligament, then there we go. Then it's too logistically impossible to be travelling back to Birmingham all the time. So find somewhere local, because the theory was, because it's not a problem with the joint that's been fitted, it's a secondary problem with the ligament, which I believe is likely to be the last 14 years it's been stretched. And I think that maybe when I had the original injury in 2001, I maybe tore that ligament, because it was a hell of an impact. And now all of a sudden the ligaments are taut again. There's a lot of scar tissue potentially, and that's what's causing it to inflame and go nuts. Well, anyway, a lot of ringing around, a lot of talking to secretaries, and I found a knee surgeon called Mr. Shaw, which is at Durham, which is 25 minutes up the road. So tomorrow I've got to go do GP referral for that. I've also, having been given the name of a neurosurgeon, orthopaedic neuro spine specialist down in Birmingham, again same problem, but I've managed to find one at the Newcastle RVI. I can't remember the name off his top of my head, but again, while at the GP's tomorrow, I've got to make the referral to him. So because at the minute, well, being brutally honest with myself, that's why I've not made that much anything in the last 2 years, or it's gradually declined anyway. I've kind of just been in denial about it, I guess. Collapsed vertebrae in my back, if you don't know, T7, one between my shoulder blades, which means anything you do with your arms, kind of spinal cord fills with fluid, muscles go into spasm, no good. Yeah, so it's looking fairly promising in that respect. The mobility is improving, although again, if I'm stood around for a long time or anything like that, but again, that could be down to muscle. But I can't build the muscle up while I've got the problem with this ligament. So yeah, stuck, rocking a piece of titanium. As far as knife making goes, today I've been out on the bike most of the morning, so my back's a bit shit. However, I came into the workshop trying to finish a Hellhound, which doesn't require a lot of grinding, mostly scale work. I'll show you. And I would have got it finished today. Excuse the music, it's loud, I know. I would have got it finished today, however, bloody thing snapped in the devil's toothbrush, so I'm not likely to get one till Monday now. But that's it's all pretty much done really. Just needs surfacing, the bevel's cleaning up, jimping. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do with this yet, but the scales are pretty much there. Still a mountain on the table. After that I need to make some money for bike maintenance and fucking all sorts really. So gonna get a couple of bits out the way, and then next start working on this table here, which is marked Adams and a couple of other custom bits there. Friction folders all need doing. However, I've, over the course of the last 6 months, 7 months, yeah, I've given all my fucking pivots and washers away. Clever. But I suppose at the time I wasn't using them. So, but again, they're all custom. So I know there's not going to be any more custom work. That's it, flat out, end of, no more. Everybody that's waiting for stuff, obviously, yeah, no problem, that's going to get finished. But because my time seems to be so restricted and limited in here, I want to be making things that I want to make, like me, my style, my designs, and while I've got this backlog of custom work, the limited time I'm spending, the very limited time I've spent recently, I'm doing other people's stuff, even though they're my knives, if that makes sense. And also, it's not fair on the people that have been waiting for me to continue to take more custom work on. On top of that, it's also not fair for anybody that I would take more custom work on, because I cannot give a timeline. And all the timelines that I've given over the last year or so, the condition with my back and my knees has gone so rapidly downhill. I've kind of been in denial about it, and I've given unrealistic time frames unmaliciously, with my head thinking, yeah, I get it done, no problem, but then my body going, no, which is shit. However, it's not all bad, because don't think that I don't want to make knives anymore. It's all I want to do, but I've got to be careful. I've got to find that fine line between getting done what I can get done and not making the current issues worse, because then I'll end up not being able to do anything, and that'll be shit. So it's not great news, but there's good news, so take it as you like. One other thing, did a bit of wheeler dealering with Rich, Torn Apart Self-Sufficiency, and I have a drift mounted on the side of my helmet, because one of the few things that I can do that does not give me any shit is ride that, because it's non-load bearing on your knees, and if you're not riding like a lunatic, you can ride with relaxed arms, and my arms are below that threshold that causes the aggravation with my back anyway. So as long as I don't set my back off, I can get on the bike and ride, no problem, for a good few hours, and then it starts to give me some shit and I've got to stop. But if my back's hurting already, I can't get on it, so, well, you get the idea. So I've got about 8 hours of footage. I'm going to start doing a bit of video vlogging. Now I was in two minds as to whether to start a new channel, but I've decided against it for the simple fact that it's kind of, my channel's been kind of a progression from where I started with the very first catapults right the way through to where I am now. Technically still a hobbyist knife maker, however eventually that'll change, and the vlogging is, well, I'm doing it for me, for my own sanity. So I thought, well, I'll just add it to the channel. If I remember, I'll try and put it into separate playlists. If you follow me for my knives, don't watch them. If you start following me for the vlogging and then look back on this, don't watch the knife making videos. It just, I don't really want to be going between two channels. It just doesn't make logistics sense. But yeah, reason why I've not put any vlogging videos up as of yet, because I've been wanting to do this update video, because I didn't want people to see me out on a bike all the time and think, huh, nothing wrong with him, blah blah blah, where's my knife? Or yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, so once this is uploaded, I've got mountains to edit. But yeah, I'll stick a few vlogging videos, and also because I've got so much footage, if I can't ride and I'm stuck in the house, I don't have to sit and watch propaganda on the box in the corner. It gives me something else to do. So some of the vlogging videos you might end up seeing in 3 months' time that were filmed a month ago. But it is what it is. But yeah, that just gives me something to maintain my own sanity, and getting that bike is without a doubt the best thing I did, because otherwise I would have gone loopy. But yeah, so update with the right knee. There is a problem with the ligament. My physiotherapist knows what it is, but she stopped me doing physiotherapy. She stopped me doing pretty much everything within reason. So I can't really build the muscle up, because I can't power train, if that makes sense, without aggravating the ligament. So yeah, I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so the actual replacement itself is good, but the complication is not due to the knee replacement. The complication, I believe, is due to the original accident 14 years ago. However, because the ligament's been stretched out and now all of a sudden gone taut again, it's rearing its ugly head. Left knee is giving me quite a bit of shit, as you can imagine, because of all the load bearing. However, mechanically it's in nowhere near as bad a state as what the right one was. So when it comes to having that the left knee replaced, I don't think there's going to be anywhere near the same complications at all, not even remotely, because it's my original joint, whereas my right knee I obliterated, and it wasn't my original joint to start with. And my back, well, that I know what the problem is. It's just a case of finding somebody that'll actually do something about it. However, like I said, found a guy, the RVI in Newcastle, which is still only 35-40 minutes up the road, which is better than 3.5 plus down the road. And this guy is within a team of 5, and a lot of them specialise on children, spinal injuries with children, spinal deformities with children. So mine being a mechanical issue, me being 34, I can't see them turning around like the last 2 consultants I've seen saying you're too young. Well, I ain't going to accept that anymore. I'm just not. I can't wash the dishes without aggravating my back. It's ridiculous. Pain medication's been a nightmare. I know some of you know the mountains that I need to take. That's all been changed, and I've now gone up to something. Well, I've gone to the top. That's physically the strongest thing that they can physically give me. Some of you will know what that is. It's in liquid form, and I'm switching from one nerve blocking agent to another nerve blocking agent. It's actually gabapentin 2 pregabalin, which is more expensive. We'll see. Hopefully that'll give me some better results with my back, which is at the minute on fire. And it is full of fluid. But yeah. So there will be some vlogging videos. Sorry if you don't like Skrillex. It's tough shit. I should have turned it down in hindsight, but I didn't. Yeah. So if you see vlogging videos, you know why. I'll definitely have that Hellhound done the day that I get the replacement core for the flex drive unit on the Devil's Toothbrush. And then got to make some money, at least try, and then Adams marks. In the meantime, I'll get some more pivots, some more washers for the friction folders, some of which are pretty much done. They just need final fit and finish, really, more than anything else. Yeah, go from there, I guess. Well, yeah, it's just been the most Groundhog Day for the last 12 months, especially the last 3 months. Literally been Groundhog Day. So it's Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday. But yeah, I did do a video of fitting a Cobra braided cable. If anyone wants me to edit and upload that, I will, but it kind of all went wrong. Not the fitting of the cable, but the attempt at making the how-to video, but I'll do that if anyone wants to see it. Also, due to the cant of my right foot, if there's a straight line, I can't use a rear brake, and no way I could afford an LHRB kit. Oh, don't start skipping, do my head in. Yeah, quiet. So contacted the NABD, and I have a K-Lever 2 coming, which is going to replace this lever, and it will have a single rear brake here. So once I've got the money together, I'm going to have a braided hose made up that will go all the way along, get rid of this altogether, get rid of that altogether, and it'll go straight to the rear caliper. I will do a video, and I'll do it properly on doing that, because it's something a bit different. And there's not many videos on the K-levers, so yeah, shit and giggles. That won't be for a while though. I need to raise the money for it first. But yeah, dirty pig. Right, it's going to start getting dark soon. So, sorry this is a long vid. If you're still watching, thank you. New subscribers, thank you. Apologies that there's been no videos, but those of you that have followed me for a longer time, you know, they're more understanding why. Again, I can't make enough apologies to people that have been waiting for stuff, but it's not like I've just been fucking it off. It's not been like that at all. But yeah, so a little bit of a setback, but from that setback, hopefully better things will come of it. Like I say, in the form of more localised surgeons, as well as actually getting my ass into gear and finding a spinal surgeon. So tomorrow I'll go to my GP and do those referrals, and yeah, go from there. Oh, and how cool is this? Made a tail tardy for this. Took about 15 minutes. But yeah. Right. And I'll definitely be doing a good video on this once it's finished. And then start looking at all that. Right.